Shit, this is Big Flo.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ X.
This is Kang.
This is G-Bo.
This is Vance.
This is Juno.
You're tuned in to GFG TV.
So we're live here at GFG TV.
You tuned in to GFG TV.
And you're now tuned in to GFG TV.
When you're tuned in to GFG TV.
West YouTube, it's your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.
You tuned in to GFG TV. It's your boy HB the Kang, and I'm here with the Board Dad Productions.
Do you play any instruments?
I can passively fuck around on the guitar, and I do occasionally play the harp, the harmonica.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. I can do Amazing Grace. I can do a little bit of Joe Walsh's Two Sides to Every Story. I can do Black Sabbath's The Wizard, and a few of my own things. Just little riffs and whatnots that could kind of make something. If we ever had the mind to do it.
Nice. There you go. Anybody that wants to venture off a little bit, that sounds like something too you and Depp should touch.
We spoke on it.
Heck yeah, that's dope. I'd look forward to something like that.
Well, and I'm a lover of mixing things that normally don't go together. I like forcing contradictions together. Like I have a painting in my house of a panda who had just eaten a village. You know what I mean? I have an eagle who was torn apart by doves. Just things like that catch my attention, and I think that's basically a good reference for who I am. I'm very quarrelsome with myself.
Would you say that's possibly how you sound musically as well?
I would think so. Yeah. Word choice, dictation, and the cadence. I always liked Pimpin' the Gangsta, the Dirty Boys. And I tried, I think, for a little while in 2010 to sound like them. I don't know. But everybody says the songs are good, but I think most of my shit is sad. The best shit that I have is sad anyways. Whiskey, Waltz, Tears in Heaven, things of that nature. They're sad songs. They're about loss and pain, and a lot of people seem to relate to those ones a little more than some of the other things I've done.
I like Happy Day.
Oh, Happy Day
that was a happy one.
Yeah. Well, even that one wasn't happy.
It wasn't exactly,
no.
But it said happy.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I think that might be the only happy song I made. Well, then again, I was pretty heavy with Up All Night. That was good. That was a good joint effort with the family.
There you go.
And we had just dropped the Homies last time I was here. I'm actually really excited for that one because T-Ray let me have the hook, and then he got the hook anyways. He's good like that. He's just good like that.
And then you got the hook. T-Ray is dope on the hook, that's for sure.
The guy's a monster.
He's a monster. He's a problem, that's for sure. So, we spoke about it a little bit, but talk about Get You Some, and do you plan to rap again? Maybe some favorite local rappers?
Crazy is a beast. Profalini is top tier in my opinion. Hungry's got some fire bars. I always liked Nixon, but I don't think me personally I'll be on the bill again. It was something I wanted to do for a long time, and I got the chance to do it. It turned out with mixed reviews. My whole idea going into it was basically get the crowd on your side, and they'll tell you who won.
Yeah.
So
If you don't have the crowd, it's hard to.
It's very hard.
Hard to say you won. All right. So, what do you think of the whole pandemic thing that we're going through?
Sad. So in nature, there's checks and balances. If there's too much of one thing, nature will usually try to correct it. The human race is a fucking cancer, and part of it needs wiped out. All we do is destroy and consume. Other than that, I think it was engineered.
So my brother Trace engineered to
To depopulate.
eradicate the
To
the
depopulate,
old, the
yeah.
old specifically.
You know, add the young
And
and
the
the
weak.
old to sever
weak
the
and-
weak from the herd.
And it has it affected you personally?
Just the tests and stuff, and anytime you get sick, it has to be fucking COVID because there were no diseases before then, obviously. And the waiting period.
Nah.
And the waiting period to be able to get back into work because you're fucking with people's livelihoods. Small mom and pop shops, any restaurant, that's family owned, they're fucking hurting and struggling, and it's because some thing has decided that we should all stay home. I read something a couple weeks ago that says covering the bottom half of your face dehumanizes you in some people's eyes because you can't really see their smile, their frowns, or a lot of their expressions. And now everyone's forced to wear a mask. I don't know if time is linear, but it certainly moves in a curve.
It's definitely not static, in my opinion. What's your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant?
Your own kitchen could be your favorite restaurant too.
Could be. But then I gotta fucking cook it. I'm a fan of Pepper Jacks, but Norwood Inn, Graziano's hot Italian sausage sandwich.
Nice. Big fan of the Grazianos. They get their Grazianos here locally.
Yep.
There you go. I like that shit too. If you were on a cross-country car ride, what's some 10 artists that you would be bumping?
You know what? As soon as it's my radio time, I can pick whoever. So I would say Big Crit.
One.
I would say the UGK and BB King album, Till the Trill Is Gone. Phenomenal. I would say Joe Bonamassa, Dust Bowl. Chris Stapleton's first effort, Traveler, I think. Petey Pablo, Still Writing in My Diary. Bubba Sparks, Deliverance.
Deliverance is hard. It's underrated.
Dirty Boys. Trick Daddy's Thugs R Us. The G Unit Bake for Mercy album.
Dash is here. Of 10. So
Of
you
10
had,
albums.
You had 3 left. Oh wait, you had
It was on 8.
8 done. So you had 2 left.
Well, then I would say Dead Flowers.
There you go. Trip show.
And I would say... what the hell is his name? Luke Combs. You know what? I have to take that back. My brother Coop saw this. He would be mad. Blackberry Smoke. Decent peoples.
Alright. Talk about working with Tripp and Gadema.
It was basically really remote. So we did everything off site. I went out to Phelps's and dropped all those. And when I heard what Tripp had put down for me to follow, I'm just like shitting on my fucking socks. And I sat down one day, I smoked a little bit, got my drink zone right, and I went to fucking work, and I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it until I had most of it down packed. And that was I don't know, man. It's like one of the, I guess, aside from opening up with Crooked, one of the dopest things I think I've done. Gadema's, like I said, it's unreleased. It's gonna go on somebody's B-side thing, but I feel like I put a lot of bars into a little bit of space, and like the bars all had their own hit, because I was on a different level. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's never trying to outshine anybody. It's trying to just make yourself stand apart from what they do, and it was a challenge. I think mentally, anyways. You know.
Push your pin.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Whiskey Waltz.
That's a really introspective joint that I did with EXO, and man, he had worked on that beat a couple of times, reworked it until we got it just right, and we were drinking moonshine while recording it. But it's basically me standing in my own way, holding the bottle, and not letting myself get past. I've drank with ghosts for a real long time. I lost quite a few partners. And that track just kind of came out, you know. Dancing with my demons. I'm doing a Whiskey Waltz. I'm coming to terms with the feeling that it's always my fault. You can't change yesterday and tomorrow ain't here. So I'm doing a Whiskey Waltz, putting smoke in the air. And it's I don't know. It just kind of come about like that, and EXO was pretty proud of it. He put it on the Eastbound album, so I was thrilled. I was like, oh shit, okay, we're gonna make it on this little compilation album, and there was a lot of good tracks on there too. I Love Trash. The Sex Was Good Though by fucking Ryan Nixon. That shit had me dying every time, every time.
What about Tears in Heaven?
That's a thorny one. You know, it's it's a loss of a lot of my good friends. You know, just like Save Me a Spot. It's something I can put on to be able to like set them aside while I get through a day, and then come back and remember when it's needed. And I guess just a tribute, really.
Shout them out. Who are those songs about?
JG, Jesse James, Timmy Ray Allen, and Tears in Heaven was basically about my brother JG, who left us far too early. I think he was one of the major influences on me as I was younger and growing up, watching and doing the things he did. And it just, he was moving a couch in next door to me. You want a hand? Yeah. You got the couch in. You want to smoke? Yeah. There it goes.
So you have a favorite song you recorded?
A favorite song I've recorded. Wonderful Day. Wonderful Day with GFG Records.
There we go. Any kids?
One on the way, Everly Rose Hill.
There we go.
There we go. And you spoke about this a little bit, but have you ever opened up for any famous artists?
Yeah, we opened up for Crook, Lil Flip, a couple other people. I don't think I was at them, but I was there for the Crooked and the Little Flip show. And we had a dude on the roster at the time who was a huge fan of Little Flip, and he didn't get the little meet and greet session. I was like, dude, go ahead, T.I. Washington. You can have my spot, go ahead.
When or where were you when you heard about the death of Kobe Bryant?
Probably at work. It was a sad thing for sure, and the way it happened was just unexpected. I think for a lot of people, and they feel like the same way. He was gone too soon. He still had more to do, and I think that's everybody who goes. But when somebody has watched that man, you know, for that long on a screen and listened to the interviews and things of that nature, they feel like they kind of know him. Like that's part of our daily thing or our weekly thing. It's part of a routine in order to be able to see this person. And I think, you know, when, especially because his daughter died too, you know, a lot of hearts went out to them, and they didn't really know what to do about that, because there's nothing we really can do. When it's your time, it's your time, and nobody has a say.
It's a sad reality of it. You into country or blues music?
Blues. I like country too, but blues.
Blues.
Yes, sir.
It's also me for your.
Joe Bonamassa, Guitar Shorty, Gary Clark Jr., Stevie Vai, Stevie Ray Vaughan. B.B. King is one of the dopest to ever do it. But I think Slow Hand, Eric Clapton, is right next to him. But you can go back and you can get people like, what the hell is his name? Fisher King. Man, he's like a young B.B. King. And this boy is just sitting there and he's on this guitar and he don't care what the fuck is going on around him. He is just getting it. And I think that's kind of a way to make himself be out there, you know, not be affected by anything else, just play. And he's good. He's one of the best newer people I've ever seen.
How did you get into that music?
Like I said, the Crossroads, I think, honestly, the movie, you know, I seen that and that type of music just kind of stuck with me. You know, it can be heartfelt and remorseful, and it could also be fun and jaunty, and you're down there in the juke joint, you just getting it done. I mean, that's what it was.
Talk about wanting to learn to produce music.
Like I said, I think my ambitions far outweigh my creativity and means, but wanting to produce music is something I've had in mind for a long while. I even started a little bit with Phelps, you know, trying to make my own beats and such like that. And I would pay the man for his time, but I need to figure out how to do it my own way, because as someone who is from a blue collar background, I like to be able to do my own thing, to be able to say, yeah, I made that, this is what I do, and you know, that's something that you can do in house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a skill just like anything else.
You have a young aspiring musician in Iowa.
Don't let the haters bog you down. I mean, everybody's got an opinion about something. If it don't coincide with yours, you don't have to listen to it. I would say make music you can stand on, something you can put your heart in, something you can put your feet on. That way nobody can ever counteract anything you've ever said. I would say don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do musically. And if you feel like you're supposed to do that, go for it, man. Go for it.
What were some challenges that you faced being a white rapper in the hip-hop community, if any?
I was fat. Shit was. No, I mean, my name was a hillbill, and strategically speaking, for marketing placement, that doesn't go over well, you know, especially when you're doing hip-hop music. And, you know, when people first see somebody who's 6'4", 2, upwards of 50 and 80 at a time, and they're like, nah, he doesn't rap. No, that's not how that works. It surprised a lot of people when I would just be able to go off top and watch their jaw drop or their eyes light up in recognition of something that I said. But I really got to give Ray a lot of credit for taking a chance on me, because it may not have been beneficial towards his career to have someone who looks, acts, or raps like me on his squad.
Any local music videos catching your attention?
The new Dizzo Bay caught my attention. I like that one. Dead Broke is still in rotation on my YouTube. That's by my guy Ray West and T-Bear. Other than that, I do a lot of my stuff, you know, audibly, and you know, that's what I listen to.
Name 10 local artists folks should hear or keep an eye on.
10 local artists people should hear from what?
Local.
Just name 10 people? Or
well, 10 local artists that people should keep an eye on or listen to.
Oh, I mean, I watched Ray and T-Bear grow in leaps and bounds in the studio. it's a well-oiled machine, and they are putting out volumes of material. Every one of those is going to have something that somebody wants to hear. I think that Splashy is somebody we should watch out for. Flea is another one. And he's working with no, it's not Elsie, Disobey now, and I think those cats, they really got something going on over there with Chaotic D Ward. Deaths is always a threat out of fucking nowhere. I would say Gary Williams, Duke. He's got a couple bangers, and he's got that energy. So that could definitely be something fun happening over there. And watch out for me sometime. That's about all I got.
There you go. What is hip hop missing today, if anything, in your opinion?
The soul. The tell you the truth. The giving the game the way it was gave to you. Everybody's drugs and money and bitches and everybody on the come up, and it wasn't always like that. When you had like UGK, they would have not coming up, but it's so hard. When you had Pete Pablo, I swear that was just some heartfelt shit that hip hop was missing, and I think Crit does a very good job of reincorporating that into today's scene, but I haven't seen much of it from a lot of other people. Zero, Trey the Truth, they were always good at stuff like that. But I think it's missing its heart. And I seen a Facebook post a while ago that said, if Kendrick is the mind, J. Cole is the heart, Big Crit would be the soul. I could get behind that. I'd buy it for $1 anyways.
There you go. You listen to R&B?
A little bit like the older stuff, Sam Cooke, the Temptations, the Tops, the OJs, whatever kind of shuffles through.
Simpsons or Family Guy?
Simpsons.
LeBron or Jordan?
I'm not picking sides.
You don't like Jordan because you was a Celtics fan during his era, huh?
He got away with a lot more shit back then, more than LeBron did.
So, who is your celebrity crush growing up?
Shit, what you mean growing up? You know what's black and blue and doesn't want to have sex anymore? Rosario Dawson, once I catch her.
I'm going to hell.
Right there.
Oh my God, I love her so much.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Favorite gaming console of all time?
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, obviously.
Which one?
Anyone?
That PlayStation, and then it evolved. So you have them all. That's the pioneer right there. Yeah.
Top 5 video games all time?
Any Tekken, pick one. The Street Fighters is what I started on with Nintendo. Contra, which I still haven't beaten my 35 years. GoldenEye, the original shooter. And Gran Turismo, like when it come out on the PS1. I spent a lot of time on that one. So we was playing street football, me and my stepbrother, with a bunch of kids from my mama's neighborhood. And my leg got bent back. And I got put in an immobilizer. I wasn't always this big. But then potato chips and Pepsis and Gran Turismo. That got me.
Gotcha.
Got
Hey,
me.
you remember when Pizza Hut used to hand out those PlayStation sampler games?
Yes.
For PS1?
Demos,
Demos,
Tony Hawk. I remember that. It was the first time I'd ever played Tony Hawk. I'm like, what is all
Twisted
this?
Metal on one of them.
Oh, Twisted Metal.
And,
That game is a pioneer.
So good. I actually just downloaded that on the PS Classics.
They have a new
So
Twisted
PS
Metal?
Now, no, it's older.
Okay.
I got the older ones, but PS Now you get some of the older Twisted Metals on it.
Okay.
And I was running them, bro. I
Have
went
to.
and paid that one
Spectre,
month.
Ghost
I had
Rider.
to go in and check them out. I was like, did they upgrade the graphics and any of that? No, they didn't
Fuck
fucking
no.
upgrade nothing. But you can play that shit.
look like trash, but you can play that.
It's
shit.
horrible, bro. I'm looking at it and I'm like, that looked like a goddamn milk carton floating around. I thought that was a car back in the day. What the fuck? That's a milk carton with wheels.
Yeah, it was always that one fucker on the motorcycle, the Ghost Rider or Spectre or whatever he was called.
Yeah.
Couldn't never catch him. Couldn't never fucking catch him.
Fast.
They just turn around and shoot you. Yeah. It's like being in the armored division trying to run with an LMG, and you got this airborne motherfucker who drops down with a pistol.
Yeah, I felt drunk when you had to drive with him. Because you
Every
just,
time.
you just hit the button and shit. And it's
It's
like, oh, I'm
gone.
going the other way now.
Yeah.
I'm going the other way. That's the other way button.
Oh, that was an amazing game.
What are you currently playing?
I like killing Nazis. That's fun, and it was cheap, so I'm playing Call of Duty WW2. I recently acquired the Modern Warfare, the newest Modern Warfare, but it come with like fucking 3 different games and this Warzone thing that reminds me of Fortnite, and I hate it because these fuckers just wait for the ring to get small and then shoot you as you're trying to get into it. I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm not proficient at it. I still play Tekken 7. Sometimes I'll fire up the PS3 and I'll get Tekken Tag 2 going. I like single players. The Witcher 3 was really dope. It had a different type of fantasy level to it. That and Ghost of Tsushima. That shit was fire. That was a very well done game.
So I was gonna ask you Tekken or Street Fighter, but I think
Tekken all day. I mean, Street Fighter, it kind of evolved a whole different way, but Tekken was the first one to have the individual appendage system. You know what I mean? This controls the right arm, this controls the left arm, right leg, left leg. That was something that was far beyond its time when it first came out. And it's like, okay, so dream something up and see if you can fucking do it, and you could. Plus, there was fucking Eddie Gordo. Who doesn't love Capoeira?
Tekken was the first game that had 3D, right? If I remember right,
I believe
all the way
it only came out in 3D. Yeah.
Right, yeah,
So you was able to.
It was
move
the
around
first
people.
game to ever come out in that mode.
Okay.
Because I remember that was like Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Is when it came out.
Well, I believe Virtual Fighter had something
The
similar.
first game that had it, the 3D.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine that's far more into video games than I am was geeking out about that and talking about it. But Tekken there was like a couple of different also advancements that were done in video gaming outside of just like the control stuff.
Yeah, the
It was
button
like,
mechanics.
yeah, it was like the actual mapping of the game. I think maybe it was the first game designed on the second version of the engine, the video game engine.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know. I know when it came out and I seen it, I was like, holy shit, that's dope.
Yeah.
And then their storyline is, I don't know, I think it's equivalent, if not better than, Mortal Kombat's.
There you go. Did you own Nintendo or Atari?
Both. I never got to play a Super Nintendo. I was always grounded from it though. Atari though, I could play that over at Granddad's. That's when my pop was living with somebody else, but yeah, I can. That's who watched me, so that's what I got to do. Play the Smurfs, Joust, Pitfall.
There you go.
Galaga.
Nah, I fucking sucked at that game. I quit playing it.
Galaga shit.
This is probably why I always lose at Contra.
Are you a fan of the new Mortal Kombat game?
I would be more of a fan if every time I went to a tower, it didn't kick me off the fucking server before I complete it. But yes, it's decent.
And what about the new movie trailer?
Stoked. Super excited.
Future plans for HB.
I'm gonna be a daddy for a little bit. I'm gonna focus on home and do my best to get a place. A spot where she can own something when I'm done.
There you go. Any shout outs, sir?
Shout out to GFG, GFG TV, Board Day Productions. Appreciate y'all having me.
Appreciate you, sir.
Be good, be safe.
HB Kang.
My mans.
That's West YouTube. This your boy Big Ray West. You tuned in to GFG TV.